Today, we're doing the rounds. We're at the old vicarage. This property used to be a vicarage. We bought it about 2 years ago now, and it's 13 flats. There's a lot of people that come into my comments and say, oh, Rick, you're taking away opportunities for first-time buyers. Well, I don't know how many first-time buyers have got the best part of £1 million in the bank to buy something like this. Anyway, that's for a different video. Why are we here today? We've had some complaints from some of the tenants that the property isn't heating. And that's a bit odd because I've only, well, a year ago, replaced the whole heating system for the whole house at a cost of about £8,000. So I don't know what's going on. So we're going to come and have a look. But while we're here, we've got a serviced accommodation flat as well that's attached to this building. The guests have checked out. We're just going to go in there, make sure everything's okay. Let's go and have a look. Look at this view as well. Just amazing. What have we got coming over? Helicopter? Looks like a Sea King. Wait for the helicopter to go past. Don't you know we're recording a video? How rude. So the serviced accommodation flat lends itself really well to this building because it's got its own entrance, its own exit. You don't have to go inside the main house, and it's got its own parking here as well. So let's go and have a look inside. I'm hoping that everyone's gone. They're supposed to be checked out by 11 AM so the cleaners can come in and clean. Okay, the key's in, which means that they've gone. Oh, it's not, just to be on the safe side. Hello? 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 I always get really nervous when I walk in. Now, the first impression I get when I come in here is it smells really fresh and it's nice and warm. So there's not a massive problem with the heating in this particular property, but we have got a standalone electric heater. So come on in. I've done loads of videos on this one, folks, before. Obviously, the tenant's just checked out, or the guest has just checked out. Everything looks absolutely bang on. So we've got this electric heater here as well. Just so they can, you know, sort of make sure that they're controlling their own heating when they're in here. So if you haven't seen this before, yeah, this is it. The curtains are closed. It might look a little bit dark on the video, but this is just for overnight stays. We went for a very different contemporary theme, very different look, and it's very popular. We get some really good reviews. Obviously, we've got the TV, we've got the pull-out table, we've got a couch, we've got the coat rack, if you like, here as a space saver. We've got a lovely fireplace that we sourced from Facebook Marketplace as a reclaim. And then we've got the lovely kitchen in here. So fully fitted kitchen with everything you would expect. We put air fryers in as well now. The air fryer's down here underneath the sink. Coffee machines, coffee pods. And then we've got the shower room in here. Now for some reason, that fan isn't switched on. It should be on because there's a bit of humidity in here. And a nice big shower room. So it's nice and warm in here. It certainly doesn't feel cold at all. But there is a bit of condensation in here. So we need to get that sorted. That needs to be a dehumidifier sensor, which comes on automatically because we've got some condensation build up around the window. So that does need looking at. And yeah, this is the lovely SA unit. I can't remember exactly how much we charge a night now for this, but it's looking good. Needs a bit of a clean, obviously, as you'd expect. No signs of any damp or anything. I'm looking for damp and black mould because sometimes these properties don't get aired very well. We have got some condensation in the shower room that we need to address, so we'll have to get that sorted. I want to keep that fan on, but I don't think I can. That's not an overrun. We need to change that. So the fan's turning off the minute you turn the light off. It needs to overrun because we're getting condensation in there, which isn't good. That's just going to cause black mould to build up around the window. So we need to put that on the job list. Okay, I'm happy with it in here. It's as good as it's ever going to be. So ready for cleaning. It's not a lot to clean, to be fair, but obviously a bed change, bed strip. And I'm ready for the next one. Let's go and check the boilers out then. So that actually feels okay. It doesn't feel cold. I am concerned with the condensation though. It's getting a little bit of condensation. That flat looks like it's got a lot of condensation on the windows as well, doesn't it? Right, let's go into the boiler room. Let's see what's going on because we've, as I said, literally just had the whole heating system replaced in this property. So, jailer's keys. Right, come in and watch your head. So a bit of background for those of you that don't know, haven't seen the previous videos. This here, this contraption, is an old commercial boiler. And when we took the property over, this was working and it was in test. And then it stopped working. So we got the engineers out and they decommissioned it because it was dangerous. So they turned it off. They capped it so we couldn't use it again. So we had a choice. We either had to put a new commercial boiler in, or most of the people were giving us advice to have 2 domestic boilers running side by side, because then if one of them failed, the other one would pick it up and we'd always have heating. So we decided to go down that route. And this is what we've got, these 2 boilers here. So we've got these 2 boilers and they're run by this unit here. And this is called a thermostat. Now, a lot of people get confused about what you can and what you can't do when it comes to controlling heating in shared houses or rental property. So the HHSRS, that's the Health and Safety Rating System for houses, says that the tenant needs to have full control over the heating 24 hours a day to be able to heat their bedrooms to 18 degrees and the communal areas to 21 degrees. So you can't cap it, it needs to be switched on. So how do we control that then? So if tenants are literally putting the heating on and then controlling the heat by opening and closing windows. What we do is we use a thermostat, and the thermostat is like a thermostat that's in the house. You can set it to 21 or 22 degrees, doesn't need to go any higher than that. They press a button and it will count down from 4 hours or 2 hours and it will heat the house for that period of time. Then it will stop. But it won't go below 18 degrees, which means the house is always going to be at 18 degrees. So overnight, they don't get cold. It will still be 18 degrees. And if they want to boost it, they can come back out and they can press the boost button. And that way, it just helps us a bit as landlords, so we don't go over and above, because if the bills go up, it means the rents go up. So we like to try and make sure that we've got it all in control. So what's going on? Why is the house cold? Let's have a look to see what the boilers are set on. So that, I can tell straight away. I don't know if you can see that from here. Look, it's on 32 degrees. So the boilers, well, that boiler, what's this one on? That was on 31. So the boilers are set on 32 degrees and 31 degrees. That's not hot enough. So they're not going to kick in, or they will, and then go straight back off again. They're not hot enough. That means that all of the water that these the boilers are heating for the radiators is not going to circulate around the house. That's what the problem is here. They need to be on about 70 degrees. So I need to crank them up. Otherwise, it's just not going to heat the house. And the house will always be cold. Right, so 70 degrees on both of them. And then that will kick in and upstairs, because otherwise the boilers are just going to start and stop straight away when they reach 30 degrees. That's the heat of the boiler. That's the boiler temperature, okay? So now that should be fine. That should be okay. It's not been that cold. You know, we have had quite a mild autumn so far, but we are getting into the winter and we need to make sure that the tenants are happy and the tenants are nice and toasty. They say you shouldn't have favourites, but to be quite honest with you, this property is probably one of my favourites. So I've showed you the car parking down on the one side, but look at all this car parking we've got here as well. So we've got ample off-road car parking for tenants. It's in a lovely area. You can literally fall out the house and go walking up the Malvern Hills. If you're interested on finding out how you can do the same, how you can buy properties like this and rent them out, then click on the link in the video description. But in the meantime, please do make sure that you like and you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.